Speaker West, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a short PowerPoint presentation, if you may allow.
May proceed.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the good chairman and his section to lead this committee. I'm sure that this committee is in good hands under your leadership. And good afternoon also to my colleagues, both who are physically present and via Zoom. Mr. Chair, as one of the authors and proponent of House Bill 59 and 300, House Bill 300, these are the House bills on retail trade and foreign direct investments, which were both passed in third reading. This representation would like to manifest his support for the proposed amendments to the economic provisions of the 1987 Constitution. These economic amendments, we believe, will contribute to improve the country's low foreign indirect investment and thereby increase job creation, promote competition, and encourage technology transfers to improve the industry in the country. This is very much needed by the country as we are really falling behind our ASEAN neighbors. As illustrated by the 2019 ASEAN Investment Report published by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the Philippines has one of the lowest FDI flows among the ASEAN Big Six. In 2018, the Philippines ranked second to the lowest in terms of FDI inflows, only outperforming Malaysia by 1.7 billion, when the Philippines only received $9.8 billion in foreign direct investments. That year, Malaysia received 8.1 billion, Thailand at 13.2 billion, Vietnam at 15.5 billion, Indonesia at 22 billion, and Singapore at 77.6 billion US dollar. The country consistently performs poorly in terms of FDI inflows year on year. The country's poor performance is best illustrated by the average FDI that it has received as a percentage of GDP. Based on the data collected by the World Bank, the Philippines has the lowest average FDI as percentage of GDP between 2010 to 2019 at only 1.83%. Our neighbors have higher FDI as a percentage of their respective GDPs, with Indonesia at 2%, Thailand with 2%, Malaysia with 3.4%, Vietnam with 5%, and Singapore with 22%. What is more, that the Philippines not only has among the lowest FDIs in the ASEAN region, but it also has the highest unemployment rate as of 2019 at 5.3%. Our neighbors have lower unemployment rates, like Thailand, which has an unemployment rate of only 0.7%, Singapore at 2%, Vietnam at 2.2%, Malaysia at 3.2%, and Indonesia at 5.2%. It is unfortunate that the green numbers have not yet taken into account the effects of the pandemic, which has put the country in a worse position. As reported by the World Bank, the Philippine economy in 2020 shrunk by a total of 8.1%, placing the country in the worst economic performance it has seen in almost 35 years. This has led the International Monetary Fund to predict that between 2019 and up to 2025, the country's economy will suffer a 13% decline from its pre-pandemic forecast, which is the worst in the world, only followed by India, Argentina, and Mexico. The high unemployment rate and low FDIs that we are experiencing are indicative of the investing climate in the country. It has been identified that restrictions on foreign ownership laid down in the Constitution is considered as one of the main reasons why these metrics have not improved. At the moment, the Philippines is considered among the most restricted economies for foreign investments. And if we do not do anything about it, we will continue to lag behind and be overtaken